back to Southpaw Diecast. I'm Scott, and today we have another Redline that came out in 1969. It's the Ford Mark IV, and it was part of the Grand Prix series. I found this particular one in enamel red, and we're going to keep it that way, but we're going to add the decals to it. It's pretty beat up, a lot of paint missing, so we'll have our work cut out for us. So stay tuned. And let's see what we've got going on with this once we get it apart. Okay, so I got the Ford MK all taken apart, and we got some work to do on the windshield. Got to clean that interior. This base is dirty and very, very tarnished. Wheels are toast. And then the body has got a lot of paint missing. And I had to shave off part of that because there's a stopper back there, and I couldn't even get that open to where I can even buff the engine. So we're going to get this in a citrus strip. We got a lot of work to do, but it's a challenge, and I'm always looking forward to it. But we're going to make this thing great again. So stick around. Okay, it's that time again for the orange toxic goo, aka citrus strip. And we're going to get this body in here and get this all nasty paint taken off and see what we got underneath. Down, down she goes, and let's give her some help. We'll come back and check on that later. So stick around. Okay, so we got the body out of the citrus strip, and boy, was his body tarnished, and it was kind of beat up a lot, almost like it was played with on gravel. So I'm using a black buffing wheel, which is the more coarse of all of them. And I'm really having to buff out as much as I can and really smooth it out without ruining the lines and some of the little features on the body. So after I do this for a while, then I can be able to go and shoot a coat of Tamiya Fine Primer, and then we can go with that Wicked Red by Createx, and hopefully it's going to look good. So I'm just really going over this back part a lot. Alright, so let's move on from this. Okay, so we got the body out of the citrus strip, and after a lot of buffing and some sanding on the body to get some of that tarnish off, I'm finally now going to put a light coat of Tamiya Fine Primer on it to get it ready for the red paint by Createx. This did not come in Spectre Flame, so thank God, because I don't think I would have been able to do it. The body was just in that bad of condition. Like I said, this was very well played with. So I'm just putting a light coat of the Tamiya Fine Primer on it, and then we're going to go with the Createx Wicked Red. Just making sure I'm getting all sides and all the little crevices. Alright, let's move on. Okay, here's some footage of me painting the car with my new airbrush. And this is now the heavier wet coat that I'm applying. I'd already applied a light coat. So now I'm applying more of a heavy coat of the enamel red by Createx. And it's taken me a minute to adjust the air gun in my hand because this is all new to me. So, but it does a great job, and you can actually see the spray coming from the air gun, as opposed my little compact cordless one, you could barely even see the spray coming out because it was such a low psi. And this right now I believe I've got it set to about 35 psi. You can see right there, and it does a great job and makes very light work compared to the cordless one that I was using that seemed to take forever to coat it. So just shooting the back right there where the tail lights and stuff are. Just such a great color. This Createx Wicked Red, I think is what it was called. And just trying to get used to spraying a good heavy coat, but then also not too heavy to where it's going to run on me. Okay, so we got all the parts done for the Ford MK4, and I had to buff the windshield out, and there was some crud on it. I got most of it off, and then I dipped it in gauzy and had to wash the dirty interior, and the base was almost black, and check that out. Turned out really well, and I got some new Redline wheels on it and put a nice paint job, a nice wicked red by Createx, and of course the 2K clear from Diecast Graveyard. So we're gonna put this thing together and see what it looks like. Okay, so here's where we started with the Mark IV, and now let's get to the reveal and see how it looks. Okay, there she is, a fully restored Ford Mark IV Redline with the opaque red color that it came in. And I went ahead and I put some decals on the side of the car to make it, pop a little bit. The only thing I had a little problem with is the windshield is not quite perfect. There's still a couple little marks that are on it, but it was terrible when I first got it. So it's 100% better, or at least 90% anyway. This was a lot of fun, and this was intact. I did shave and modify the stopper on the back so it would open better, so I did that. So I think it turned out well, and it's also the first car that I used my brand new paintbrush system with the no-name Rudy Tooty compressor and the airbrush, which worked flawlessly and so much easier. And I was always told that I needed to upgrade to a better compressor by Mr. Paul at Diecast Graveyard, and I'm glad I did, because boy did it make it so much easier painting this car, and I think it turned out great, as you can see. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button for me and subscribe, because it's always free, and leave a comment on what you think, and we'll see you next time.